Hi George, this is Raymond. Here is the standard deviation tool from TradeStation. It is simply set to 21 bars right over there and 2 standard deviations over there. Okay, this here is a mock oscillator which I have drawn. It is actually an oscillator from another indicator which I'm not using, but just for illustrative purposes I want to show you what this is all about. So this is a mock-up. This here is the 0 line for our trend indicator. It represents the angle of the linear regression line over here. So these are one and the same. You will notice that this linear regression line is downward sloping, and I've painted it red. And as we move down, it will always be red, as will be this oscillator painted red, reflecting the color of the linear regression line. As we move along, remember the regression line is always calculating from here to here, 21 bars. And as a result, it will only calculate it after one new bar is created, in this case 5 minutes, which you can see over here. And if you can see it, 5 minutes. So we move along, and at this point in time right there, the linear regression line becomes flat. So I change the color to white, indicating a flat linear regression line. And when that happens, our oscillator also changes color, indicating to the trader that this downward trend that has been happening all this way down is coming to an end, but we don't know. It could go up or down, we don't know. As we move forward, it stays pretty much quiet, and at about this point, it starts to head down again. So we start changing the color back to red, and hence we have the red oscillator in commensurate with the red downward sloping linear regression line. Up to this point, where at this point here, see, it starts changing, and at about here we change and lose color. It's now flat. Now it's not technically, here it's down and there's up. So somewhere in between we've had a change. So there's almost just a direct change in color to green, and I'm going to change that to green. And that's why at this point here we change from red to green. We have a little bit of white, and then now the linear regression line is always up as it is. We have a mild period here where we pause, and this goes to white for a little bit, but it's very brief, and then it starts creeping up, changing back to green, and hence that we have this. And right now we're live trading and we're green. So, and this keeps us in the trade. Now we'll stay this way until such time as this rolls over to the downside, and then this will change to red at the bottom here if it changes. Just a side note, this histogram is not reflective of the actual bars that you will be drawing on here related to your distances. It's just for illustration purposes only, to get the idea. Hope that makes sense.